Alright everyone, my buddy has never actually used the tire kits. I thought, you know what, let me just make a quick video. I've been doing this for years. So anyways, you buy these kits. This is a slightly more high grade one because of the metal handles, and this has the plunger. I'll explain to you how this works in a bit. So, you know, as in this case here, there's a nail in my tire here. I've noticed a very slow leak on this, and so first things you want to do is identify the leak. Now if it's in the sidewall, this is not recommended. You generally only plug on this main tread area. Once you've found the problem, you got to fish out whatever it is. In this case it's a nail, so I'm going to have to use a combination of a flat screwdriver and this. Once you've got that out, depending, this is a reamer, so these are the little sticky kind of plug things that end up going in the hole. And what you do is you thread it through this tool over here in the center over there. It's kind of tricky, you have to squish it, and what I found on a lot of the cheaper tools is there's a lip on the inside here, so that when you go to pull this out, it ends up pulling this back out. So that's what's nice about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this in the groove. I'll show you what it looks like. As you can see, I've threaded one of these rope things through there. Took a bit of you know, squishing it flat to match the shape. Now this kit comes with some lube. Sometimes the cheap kits just come with that glue. That helps you get this in the hole. This is just a sticky rubbery type of thing. So basically what we're going to do now is I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to, now that's what the reamer is for, this tool over here. Half the times you don't need to use this, sometimes you do. If it's a very thin nail or screw, you might need to just kind of wedge the hole open enough, I mean a little with this, so that you can actually get this in, because you're going to double this as it goes through the hole. If you have a big hole, you probably don't need that tool. You can just try, and it can be very tricky pushing this down. Okay, so I'm going to set that there. I've put some of this waxy stuff on there now, and I'm going to try and get this nail out. I was kind of glad, because I was like, oh golly, I gotta find the leak, and then I come to the shop this morning and the nail's right here sitting on top, so I can make a video for you guys. So I'm just gonna try and pry it up enough, and I certainly don't want to snap this off in here, so I'm just gonna use these needle nose pliers, wire cutters. You can hear the air is starting to hiss out. There it comes. That's what you want to do. That's the culprit right there. Now that's a pretty small hole, so what I'm going to do is put a little lube on this thing, and I'm going to actually just try and get it in there. You push the wires, the steel cable. This is a two-hand job. Oh. Okay, let me get two hands on that. Whee! Man, that was hard. Very hard getting this through. So what I've done now, this has now gone all the way through. And what you want to do is just kind of open that hole a bit, because I'm going to tell you, this is going to fight me. Whew. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get it in one-handed, but I'm going to have to pause again. But you just kind of work this in and out a bit. Yeah, these are 35s, so I will replace these at some point. Okay, now I'm going to pull it out. Yeah, damn it. Wow. Wow. Okay, now she's hissing. Now you go in with this. Sorry. And you try and get that bead in until it sticks out about 1/2 inch, 3/8. So I'm going to double hand this, and I'll get back to you guys. Okay, I was unsuccessful. I had to ream this in and out a few times now. You can see that it's taking a way through the steel wires. This is very tough. By far one of the more difficult tires I've done. But what you got to do is, it's a very tight fit. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna have to switch hands now. Okay, so a lot of fighting and some extra lube. I was able to get this plug in. Now you see the two little legs are just protruding. That's what you want. You want that bottom lube to be as far inside the tire as possible. Now what I'm going to do is hold this in position so I don't start pulling this out, and I'm going to try and retrieve the tool without the plug, obviously. And it's kind of simple. I see if I can do it by one hand. See, I'm just pulling this handle out, and it's kind of looks like it's coming out there. Obviously this is a two-hand job. Let me get my second pair of hands on there. She's out, and as you can see, it's got the two little nubs sticking out here. Now I have on very rare occasions noticed the actual material leaking from the tops here, very rarely. So just check for that. But what you want to do now is add some air, spray some soap bubbles on there, and then if it looks good, you want to snip off these heads kind of almost flush with the rest of the tread, so you leave just about, you know, a little bit above the hole. And this is very good stuff. It'll end up filling the voids in the holes. So I hope that helps, guys, and safe traveling out there.